foreign globalists upset that you have untraceable cash in your pocket. I saw the headline and I'm like, okay, that has to be Karsten's. And indeed it is. This guy who looks like the newer version of Jabba the Hutt. The war on cash isn't about convenience, it's about control. And the people leading the charge aren't freedom-loving innovators, they're smug, bloated globalists like Augustin Karstens, this guy, who works for the Bank of International Settlements, if you didn't already know. These unelected elites want to replace physical currency with programmable, traceable, fully centralized digital money. Why? Because cash keeps you free. And freedom is the one thing that they cannot afford you to have. And just like that, another mask slips. Watch this UN official casually admit how they bribe big industry into ditching cash and pushing full digital control.
We have to achieve the SDGs in 10 years. I'm going to talk about that, but with a quick introduction to the Better Than Cash Alliance. We're hosted by the United Nations, and we are an alliance of governments and companies and international organizations that are each committed, each has to commit before they join the alliance to moving away from cash to some form of digital option. We've got to solve this problem. And we have to solve it because we care about achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Did you know that every single government in the world has committed to these? Every single government to agree to these. The government of Norway, the government of Australia, the government of Ethiopia, the government of Rwanda. And the timeline is 10 years from now.
Yeah, they didn't agree because they all loved it and wanted to. They agreed because they were told they had to. And if they don't, all of their funding will be cut off. So they were coerced. They were forced into it, just like all the jabs, just like everything else. Another case in point, Mr. Augustin Karstens. Who is he? He's a Mexican economist who's been the general manager of the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, since 2017. Before that, he served as governor of the Bank of Mexico. Well, he's large enough he could actually have been the Bank of Mexico. I don't know if you've seen him. In short, he's a deeply embedded globalist insider, and he really doesn't want to live in a cash society. Well, because Mr. Karstens, as he puts it, he wants to know what you're spending and purchasing, and if he can't do that, he cannot do that if you're using cash. So here he is here, and I saw, was it Susan? Somebody in the, in chat says he has an untraceable lack of a neck, and you can see here, no neck. Where'd it go?
Our analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use, we tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what cash is.
I wonder if you can use CBDCs at El Pollo Loco. You think? I don't know. But I would think he would be very concerned about that. Sorry, that's enough fat jokes, but I can't help it. This guy is huge. Anyways, yeah, so it's not looking good, but yeah, the CBDCs are definitely on the horizon, I'm afraid, unfortunately.